Hi Scorpio, welcome to your love reading for the month of April. Okay, I'm reading for the Scorpio where you're in a relationship with somebody, everything's hunky-dory, but then something does definitely go awry at the end of April. Like you have a big fight and something goes down, but I see you working through something with your partner. For the single Scorpios, I don't even really feel like I see anything about the single Scorpios. You're talking to a few people for the single Scorpios. Those that are single, you're not exactly single. You're talking to a few different people. And I think, not I think, I believe and I see here, towards the end of April, you're going to whittle that down to like your number one choice, which is funny because I haven't seen that for any other zodiac. But yeah, let's get into it. April, the first week of April, I have the Queen of Cups. That's you. That's Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, water sign female. Your emotions are in check. You got your shit together. You're emotionally on par. The World card. I heard travel for some of you. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. Not that because this is the card of an Aries. I just saw the horn there, and I heard in my head, Aries, like the ram, the battering ram. But it's like starting a new chapter with them or ending a chapter with an Aries is what I'm hearing or what I'm feeling for some of you Scorpios. Now, 10 of Wands, burdens. Let me put the picture in order so you can understand. This little bird is picking up little twigs and little tree branches to take it up to the tree to build a nest. But he picked up so much that he's now falling down. Because of that, he's burdened himself. So you've taken on too many burdens and or sacrifice. You put too much on your plate, is what I'm seeing here, Scorpio. And there's a lot on your mind also. And because of that, you're trying to get to the truth of a matter. You're trying to figure something out. This could also talk about contracts sometimes for me. Like you could be, for some of you, could be buying a car or a house with your partner. Some of you could be, yeah, a car or a house is what I'm feeling. Like it could be contracts like divorce and marriage and things like that. But for the bulk of you, I'm feeling this is you're signing on some kind of dotted line. I'm not exactly sure. I think this has something to do with buying a house or an apartment. You might have a contract for a lease. Death. That's also your card, smack dab in the middle of the whole reading, Scorpio. So there is a transformation of a situation going on. And of course, because above it was the World card, so there's definitely a transition going on. Whatever was going on before with your partner, it's like I feel like you were bringing up old news or things from the past or things that like you just didn't let die off, that you should have, like skeletons from your partner's closet kind of thing. And I think you brought them up. I don't know why, but that's what the messages I'm getting. 6 of Pentacles, balancing the scales. Or one partner is giving more than the other. So you could also be breadcrumbing, or you might feel like you're giving more than he's giving you. And you just don't feel like the burden of the sharing the burden was fair or equal. Because what's interesting is right above it is the burdens. Now this is the middle of April I'm reading for. While this was the first of the week, you carrying the burdens. You telling them, look, I'm like, I can't do this all by myself. So these could actually be physical burdens or financial burdens or relationship burdens. Someone could be carrying more than the other person's weight within the relationship. And because of this reason, you have a big blow up at the end of the month, at the end of April. There's a big boom, a big explosion. And this is a big thing inside your comfort zone and or the infrastructure of your relationship, your foundation. It cracks. I'm not saying you're breaking up because I don't see that yet. I do see a timeout. I do see some time apart. The end of April. Because right here we have the fight. And it comes out of nowhere. It's like all of a sudden. And then you have the sun. Sun is usually good. So it just says you're like, okay, let's take a time out. let's rethink this whole thing. Let's rethink this relationship, this house, this car, this whatever you're getting yourself involved with, these burdens. You're like, let me think about it. So this talks about some squabbles, and taking some time away, some time apart. Like I said, some of you who are rehashing the past, maybe somebody cheated in the past, or you're thinking about cheating now, or there's somebody doing a little cheaty-peaty. Don't know. And maybe because you are, and sometimes Scorpios, you could do that. Like if your partner pisses you off or you feel like they're in the wrong, you know, you might start talking to somebody else like ASAP because you just won't handle. You just were like, no. But you could also be talking about their indiscretions that they may have done. And then this can also have caused the fight. Because you're also having at the end of the month the Two of Wands. Do you stick it through or do you move away? Single. As a dollar bill. What do you do? For those single folk that I was reading, what I was telling you before, you're just going through a lot of things in your life right now, and you're talking to a bunch of different people, and you're having a lot of transition happening in your life because you have the World and the Death card, which is major, and it's all going down in April. So for you, and then over here you have the time out at the end of April, and then over here I just feel like you're talking to a bunch of different people, and you're not sure like who should stick around and who should go, so you're deciding between the two. And that's what I'm seeing for the single folk. But for the coupled up that are dealing with a situation, that's your situation. What is the Queen of Cups here for? Please clarify. Queen of Cups. Thank you. Yep. The World's card. Why is the World's card here? Please clarify the World's card. And the Ten of Wands, please. Thank you. Okay. We said this was your card, unless you're dealing with another Pisces or Cancer. But more or less, I feel like that's your energy. The Hangman, you feel stuck. You feel like it's not moving forward. It's not moving in the situation that you wanted to be in. It's not like, you're trying to transition it, but it wasn't going. And, you know, this talks about feeling guilt and remorse and sadness for the loss of something, but in the reverse position, it tells me this is some crap that went down in the past that you shouldn't rehash, but I think you might. It's like you can't get past it. That's why these two are together. Overall clarifying you. These are clarifying you. So it's like you can't get past the past. Or some regrets or some issues that you had. The World. Yeah. Archangel Michael is ascending upon you, and he's making you transition from an old chapter in your life into a new one. He's stepping in to balance the scales. So you just need to be a little bit patient, especially with your partner if you're dealing with that kind of a situation, if he's in Aries also. The burdens with the Page of Cups. You're waiting for an apology. You're waiting for some kind of like vocal, emotional support, and it's not coming. You're not hearing what you don't like what you're hearing. You're not getting that information that you want. Okay, as far as the Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Please clarify the Ace of Swords. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. I'm just going to put them in because there's too many and I'm not certain. Why is the Ace of Swords here, please? Thank you. Yeah, there's something definitely going down from your past. So let me just move these up. So you're trying to get to the truth of a matter. I said this could be a contract or something like that. And this is talking about the past, like dealing with somebody from your past or their past, as I just mentioned. And they're closed off. So they're not really sharing or telling you anything. And this is kind of like annoying you. And because they're not sharing or they're not being vulnerable or they're allowing anything to come in, it's like, are they hiding something from me? So you're trying to see if there's like a getting to the truth of the matter. Now, for those of you that are in a contract where I said it could be a divorce, it could be a marriage, it could be something like that, you have justice in reverse. So, a few things here. This could be your partner who's a lawyer, and he's in the reverse position, so you are in an argument or you're having a fight. Or the legal system is not going in your way. So if you're seeking a divorce or you're seeking a lawyer, it's not going your way. Something is not working out for you. And this definitely has something to do with somebody from the past. So maybe you're seeking certain kind of funds, and you know you're missing out on those funds. For those of you that could be facing a divorce situation. Universe, angel, spirit guides, why is death here? Oh my God. Scorpios. Death clarified by death. There's something that's done. Donezo, dead and done and gone. Because it's like saying dead, dead. So there's some of you that are dealing with a relationship that is dead and done, and you are getting a divorce, and it's just done, and you're trying to get into a new chapter of your life because the World card was there, and it was above you. It was above this card. So we're talking about major transformation, major transition, new chapter. Something died, which is a relationship. For those of you that are dealing with somebody, this just can talk about you trying to transition to end some kind of feud that you had with your ex from his past. Not your ex, your current boyfriend and their ex. You need to finish the feud, like dead it. Let it be done and start a new chapter in your life. Otherwise, you are facing a dead situation. It's something that you need to let go, which is probably why you have the Six of Pentacles here, seeking balance and restoration, because you've burdened yourself with something. Or there is a burden within the relationship, and now you're seeking some help or balance because it's like somebody's carrying more of the weight than the other. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Interesting. Yeah, you two major arcana. Let me just see if there's anything else. Okay. Judgment and Lovers. You have to make a choice with this lover, or between two lovers. Could be, don't know. Judgment. This is karma. Sometimes it's a bitch and sometimes it's in your favor. It depends on what was going down. But it also could talk about a judgment call, because you need to restore balance in your life. This person has been piecemealing you. It's like, what's with the breadcrumbs? I want the whole enchilada. Well, don't you understand? I don't take breadcrumbs. And it could be vice versa. So this is making a choice regarding that lover in order to restore balance, or restoring balance with you and your lover. You need to make a judgment call regardless. This is a choice. This is a choice. Let's see. And at the end of April. The Tower. Why is the Tower here? Please clarify. Thank you. The Tower. Ooh. Clarified by the Tower in reverse. How does that happen? I swear these cards sometimes they come out so they can go in backwards. Let's see if I dropped any more. Yep. Okay. And the Sun. Why is the Sun here? Queen of Swords. Hello. The Seven of Swords, please. And thank you. It's like this big fight that I told you that you have at the end of, like, sorry. It's a big fight that you have at the end of April. It's like this big explosion with the Tower in reverse. So you're not exactly letting it completely die off. You're having that big fight. You're having that big explosion. There is a crack in your foundation, but you're still hanging on. You're still holding on to the foundation of the relationship. So for some of you Scorpios, you're just not letting it completely crumble. You're hanging on. The time apart. Now, either this Queen of Swords, for most of you, is going to help you. She's an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or she's the cause of this whole heartache or this whole heartbreak that you're dealing with. But she's somebody that's very cerebral. She just cuts with a sword. She could be the lawyer too, or your lawyer. But she's the one that's going to help you, because I feel like I see her in a positive light. So I feel like she's some sort of help. So I don't even feel like she might be the cause or she's the reason why you're breaking up. I just almost feel like she's an energy that's coming around to help you, because it's next to the sun. And that's just kind of what I'm seeing. Like, I had this vision of somebody just like petting her. It's like, it's going to be okay. It's okay. I'm going to take care of everything. It's going to be fine. That's the vision I just got. So for these two guys, the cheating card and making a choice, stay or do you go? Page of Pentacles. You're going to dip your toe in the water to feel it out. Like, because you want structure in your life. You don't want this just to be like some random thing like, oh, damn it to hell, goodbye, I don't care, I'll start over. That's not like what you want. You actually want to build a foundation. You want a structure, Scorpio. So you're going to dip your toe in the water and figure it out. But while this is going on, it's got you like on edge. It's got you mad anxiety. And it's going to stress you out at the end of the month, because you do have to make that choice. And I did see a lot of twos in there, like depending on the lover and these twos. And you're going to have to decide. But it's going to keep you up at night. But you're going to throw some spaghetti up against the wall to see what sticks. You are. So even if it's not working out with whomever you're with and you're breaking up with somebody and you're jumping in the bed with someone else, you're going to try it. Let's see, any other messages for Scorpio? What other messages do you have for Scorpio? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I was suspecting this for some of you Scorpios. Maybe it's gotten too serious and there hasn't been a lot of flirting or playfulness in the relationship. And because it's gotten so serious, it's just like now it's only left room for fighting. And it's like, you don't want that. So allow some room to recapture romance by flirting and having some playfulness. Retreat. Yeah, when I saw the sun, even though I don't know what other readers read this as, but for me, the sun is a timeout. And the sun is usually a timeout for yourself, to find your inner child, your inner spirit, you know, your spirit animal, as they say. But this is retreating. It's taking a break. It's taking a timeout. And it came right after the explosion. So I see that definitely on the horizon. For those of you that are thinking about divorcing or separating because you are taking a time out, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. How do you work on your partnership? Playfulness. For those of you that are single, you're just going to be single for the month of April, towards the end of April, where I feel like you're deciding on something. And, you know, there might be somebody that's really like trying to capture your eye and you kind of haven't been taking them seriously. Give them a chance. That's it, Scorpios. Come back for mid-months and we'll talk then. Bye.